Hi there! Do you know what day it is today? It is National Kimchi Day! So join us on a journey to discover this Korean fermented delicacy. In this video, you'll learn how to make your own kimchi and the science behind its fermentation. Before you begin, wash your hands, sanitize your equipment and countertops so there is no contamination. Step 1. Preparation. Rinse 2 to 3 medium Napa cabbage heads and slice lengthwise by cutting the stem end in half about 8 centimeters and pull apart the rest by hand. Repeat this to get the cabbage into quarters. Step 2. Salting. Dip each cabbage quarter in salt water and then sprinkle 2/3 cup of non-iodized coarse salt on the cabbage quarters equally and between each leaf. Salting the cabbage draws out the water from the leaves by osmotic dehydration and prevents the kimchi from getting too soft during fermentation. Let the salted cabbage sit at room temperature for around 4 hours. Rinse the cabbage quarters thoroughly using cold water to remove the salt. Drain well and leave cabbage in a colander for half an hour to drain excess water. Properly salting prevents the growth of pathogenic bacteria, so that the kimchi remains crisp and safe from harmful microbes. Salting is also selective for halophilic lactic acid bacteria, which are present in low numbers in the raw material, but will dominate during fermentation. Step 3. Seasoning. Add 2 tablespoons of sweet rice flour to 1 cup of water in a small saucepan. Simmer over a low heat until it thickens to a thin paste, then cool. Mix 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of minced ginger into the sweet rice flour paste, and add 1 to 1.5 cups of Korean red pepper powder. The sweet rice flour paste accelerates the fermentation since it makes lactic acid bacteria the dominating bacteria to produce lactic acid, lowering the pH, giving kimchi its iconic tangy taste. Mix the seasoning paste and some chopped vegetables together in a large mixing bowl. Remember, use food handling gloves to protect your hand from hot pepper. Then, mix in 3 to 4 tablespoons of fish sauce. Now you have the kimchi paste. Step 4. Assembling. Place the cabbage, cut side up, in a clean container. Spread the paste onto each leaf and smother the paste on the outermost leaf. Tightly pack the cabbage quarters into the container to remove any air between the leaves. Step 5. Fermentation. Seal the container since lactobacillus prefer anaerobic, which means no air. Leave it at room temperature for about 14 to 24 hours. Lactic acid bacteria, especially Leuconostoc, Weissella, and lactobacillus, now can start their fermentation process. These LABs are mostly anaerobic heterofermenters, which degrade carbohydrate to lactic acid, acetic acid, mannitol, ethanol, and CO2. After the room temperature fermentation, place kimchi into the fridge once bubbles start to form for best flavors. Consume the product after 1 to 2 weeks. The longer you store, the more sour it gets, as the pH keeps decreasing due to LAB continues to produce acids. The pH is lowered to around 4, so pathogenic and spoilage bacteria are inhibited and the kimchi is preserved. Now you know the science behind lactic acid fermentation. It is your turn to enjoy the adventure of making kimchi.